Every little girl dreams of their happily ever after. They've been dreaming of this ever since they were probably 3 or 4 years old, watching princess fairy tales, and when someone was to ask them what they wanted to be when they grow up, they would say, "I want to be a princess. I want to run away with my prince." However, soon enough, they will get all their hopes and dreams sucked away like a vacuum. Instead of becoming a princess, they become victims of sexual violence and abuse. Instead of being treated with respect, they were pounded until they bled purple and blue, forever remembering the bony fingers against their skin. Sometimes never knowing their name, but constantly being haunted by their face. Once or on an everyday basis, this is simply unacceptable. Women all over the world are being treated the way no human should ever be treated. The worst part is, most of the violence or abuse is caused by someone they're in a relationship with, and other times women get violated against by men they don't even know. And the reason? The reason is because they are women, and because the women abusers seem to think that this is okay. But my question is, who gives them the right to do this to women? Are they more superior human beings than women? Do they hate themselves also? They think this is okay in their head because in the end, they are the ones that feel accomplished, leaving you demolished. They feel more powerful, having no mercy, being so selfish, leaving you paralyzed and terrified with all these thoughts in your head constantly ticking like a bomb just waiting to explode. Women think to themselves, maybe it was my fault. My parents and relatives seem to think so. They tell me to stay because they blame me for the violence. They often stay because the abuser has threatened to kill them if they leave, or to kill himself, or to kill the children. Sometimes they stay because they're financially dependent on their partner. Leaving an abusive relationship may involve a choice between violence and poverty. It hurts me so much, as if I was being stabbed in the stomach, to know that most women choose violence instead. But who can blame them? Because even here in Canada, a first world country, more than 1.5 million women live on a low income. Society in some country tells us that women can't work. They have to stay at home and cook and clean and take care of the children. Society tells us that men are the head of the relationship, and society seems to not care that violence in some people's mind is the answer when in fact it never is. My heart breaks for these women. My heart breaks so painfully because when you fall in love, think you found the one, then they just treat you like you are nothing. Luckily, I'm not one of these women, but my heart shatters for them, and I can't even imagine the pain in their brain, the anger weighing them down like an anchor, and the resentment they have inside of them. Their heads filled to the maximum, with thoughts flying around everywhere. Worry takes over their body, living in a constant fear and having their hearts tied up in a knot. Sometimes women get their thoughts together and get brave enough to leave the relationship. They find that door that led to that opportunity. Then the men come crawling back, knocking on that door, saying, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, it won't happen again. Would you forgive him if he apologized? Would you open that door to find out that on the other side is simply nothing but suffering? No, because the damage is already done. No apology should be accepted. All this anger bottled up inside to the point where an apology cannot change the past. Only actions make a difference. No matter how bad the abuse was, some women do forgive, but they can never forget. No matter how hard they try, it is always at the back of their mind, circling around like a dog chasing its tail. The wall of trust is already broken, and no one is trying to rebuild it. The women keep adding bricks to one side, but the man is knocking the wall down with a hammer from the other side. The only way you can stabilize that wall is by starting by making a new one from scratch and far away from the first one.